Hi everyone, my name is Anna and this is my very first Flosstube video. I'm also starting filming my Flosstube vlogs, and you will see my 3 weeks of stitching next week, next Sunday. I plan to upload videos every Sunday, and I like stitching vlogs as much as just Flosstube regular videos with updates. And I think, like, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I think if I will be able to upload 1 week stitch vlog and 1 week just updates, it's gonna be wonderful. I still do not know how my channel is going to be named, because my name is Anna and there's lots of Anna Cross Stitch on YouTube, on social media, and I don't want to be one of them. Maybe I will have some silly kind of name because I'm silly. I like to be silly. I'm teaching in my life 1-year-olds, so it's okay for me to be silly. I'm stitching for a while, since I was a child. I started to enjoy stitching in my late 20s. However, unfortunately, I had to stop for many years because I picked a wonderful project that didn't work out well, because there was not so much information like 15-20 years ago on cross-stitching and stitching generally online, and I didn't have access to all the information. And since I discovered that there are like different sizes of needles, different sizes and kinds of fabric, stitching became wonderful. And I discovered just like a little bit over a year ago. I restarted stitching in 2023, I believe, Labor Day or something. Yeah, it was Labor Day I started stitching again. First, I'm going to warn you that I'm a slow stitcher still. When I started like last year, like a year ago, 100 stitches a day was a big challenge to me. Right now, I'm doing very much better. I'm doing between like 300 and 400 stitches a day, but some days I stitch like 7 stitches. Because it's not going, I'm tired, or I'm upset, or something else going on in this life, or the weather is bad. You know, like there's so many things that can affect our mood for stitching. So let's start with all of my WIPs, but first I'm going to show you what I've been able to complete. It's not too many and they are small, so no worries. The first ever thing that I was able to finish is this beautiful snow globe ornament. It's called Love. I believe it's Dimension, and the designer's name is Joy Hall, and she has 4 of them, and I did 3 out of 4 already. So I did it for my little daughter. She was 10 and she picked this design. Her sister, right after, it was made in December, she picked Hope with polar bear. Her sister is much older. She's 18 now. She's in college, but right now she's home, thankfully. And this is the next ornament. It's very cute. Backed with the felt. I just glued it. And this is the twisted cord. I guess I bought it from Amazon, but I'm not sure. It could be from AliExpress. This is the heart with the ginger cat, orange cat, whatever kind of cat is that. I made it for my little daughter. It's a magnet, also felt, and under the felt there is a magnet glued to the cat, to the project itself. It's Mill Hill. I don't remember how it's called, but it's cute. The history of why the orange cat, because in 2023, it was the end of September, beginning of October, an orange cat showed up in our yard and never left us since then. He's got called Pumpkin, but we never called him by name. We usually call him Cat. He still lives here. He's sleeping right there on his favorite chair. This is the monarch butterfly. I stitched it for my husband. He likes butterflies. I was not expecting it's going to be this beautiful, because Mill Hill is not very good for their preview pictures. Also, it's magnetic. It's usually on our door. It's very cute. I like it. Also, what I did different in this butterfly, against their suggestions, so the beads, the large beads that are usually stitched with half cross stitch, on this side I made it the correct way. On the other side I decided they should look like opposite direction, and I believe it was a good idea. I like it. I hope you do too. Also, I stitched what is that? Not lucky charm. How does it called? A shamrock for my big daughter. And if I'm lucky enough, I took her back to school already, and you are seeing it on your screens right now because she keeps it there. This is Dimensions beautiful and amazing banner for fall. I believe Debbie Mom was the designer. I don't remember somehow for sure, but I believe that's her. And I did something like that on the back. And then I saw in someone's stitching vlog, I believe one of the Ukrainian girls, and there was a stitcher on a big fat meeting of stitchers and they did it differently and it looked much better. And I would do different this time if I already knew how much better it could look. I saw this design first at someone else's channel, I believe Calico Whimsy, and she had it with her Dimensions Kids Parade. I believe yes. And I like her stitching vlogs. They are cool. I like stitching vlogs. And this year it was supposed to be done in April. I started it in April, and then I started many other projects after that, and I was not able to complete it in April, so I waited until I believe October, November, and I finally finished it. And this is the frame that I bought and finished on Amazon, and I covered it with this wood stain, and then I sprayed it with a beautiful stinky varnish. It has like a plastic glass, and it still looks good with the plastic glass, but I decided for the video to take it out. It has a backing compared to Mill Hill original frames, and this one is like $6–7, and I enjoyed painting even if it was stinky. It took way more time than I was expecting, that it says on the jar, to dry, because we live in Florida and even in the winter the humidity is horrible. And this year, right on Christmas Eve, I completely finished this thing. And this is the snow globe for my husband. It says joy, joy. And the last one, Believe, with the snowman, is mine, and I'm going to stitch it next year. Hopefully it's going to happen. It's beautiful. See, I got the year too. I stitched the year. I actually stitch year on every single project. Let me see. Yes, it's barely visible, but it says 2024. And I just didn't do it on small Mill Hill things. And next comes my WIP of shame, and you know that I'm watching Jen, the caffeinated crafter. She's not stitcher, she's the crafter. And I discovered one day that she's my neighbor. One day she was saying like, oh my goodness, it took me forever to get home. It took me like over 4 hours to get home because they closed the road and blah blah blah. And I was thinking, she must be my neighbor, she must be living in Pasco County. And then she said like, I'm living in Tampa Bay. Yes, she's probably my neighbor. She's probably the Pasco County. I live in Pinellas, but I know it's getting like, we get lots of accidents on the same road. So this is my whip of shame. This is the Luca S. How should we translate it? Vase with sunflowers. It is 2008 design. And I bought it right before we left my country, and Luca S is located in that country. And I bought it for memories, to stitch it for my husband, and I was thinking it's a big project, it probably will take me 5 years. So it's been 15 years, and I'm stitching every single year a little bit. I didn't stitch any in 2024 though, but I didn't make much because I was struggling. I didn't have joy, I didn't have enough lights, I didn't have good needles, I didn't have anything. So I was struggling. But I accomplished like a quarter of it. 25% for sure is done. And my goal for 2025 to do as much as possible. And I hope I will be able to do it and like to restart it in April, May. And it's not perfect at all, because I started to do stitches opposite direction for some reason, but then I started to do the right direction, and I was coming back to this work, to this project, and I was doing it like not the opposite direction as I did the majority of the work. I was doing it the right direction. And there's some, like, if you look very carefully, you can find them, but majority of the stitches are still looking the wrong direction, but it's okay. It's still my memory, and I'm very proud of it, and I love it, and I just keep it the way it is. Luckily, I'm not perfectionist. Okay. Next, I really wanted to try these like stitching, how it's called? Come on, like no count stitching or something like that. Like it's already printed, the pattern is printed on the Ada, and you just stitch over it. I was thinking to try it because it looks cool and easy, but I was debating if I really should waste my money on it. And my coworker heard my mind. And she probably read everything I was thinking about. She read my thoughts, and she got me this. Last year, not last year, in 2023, she got me this. And I did a lot, but not too much. Honestly, I would probably not buy it again. But I can't say I dislike it completely. I don't like the threads, and I don't believe the pattern will look the way they are promising it's going to look like. But you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that it could be a perfect placemat if it was faced this direction. It's like suggestions and instructions are not very great. So I chose to do the 4 threads at a time. Maybe it would look better with 3 threads. Maybe I will switch to 3 threads, but so far I like it with 4 threads too. All right. It's usually my travel project. It's easy to take everything, but you don't need any special extra equipment for it. You just need threads, needles, and scissors. Then guys, I will need my phone because I found a pattern on Pinterest, the pumpkin that looks like that. So it was in 2023, and I found this beautiful bag, pouch, whatever is that, at Dollar Tree. And I bought it for $1.25 already, unfortunately, and I decided I will turn it into like a stitching field. And also I got that water-soluble Aida, and I almost started the pattern, but then I didn't like it because I was inexperienced. It was difficult for me, but I'm thinking to restart it and finish it this year again. I will probably like remove all of the stitches I made already because I don't want it. It's like optional shadowing. I don't want shadowing for the pumpkin, so I'm going to remove all of the stitches, and I will find and I will start it all over again. Then the beginning of last year, 2025, I started this project, Holiday Village, because it's gorgeous and it was really cheap. I was not thinking to buy it. It's gorgeous. I was watching it on Amazon, but I was not going to buy it because the winter hush is my favorite. But it was like $20 one day for some reason, so definitely I got it for $20. It's a good price. And that's how much I made. And then I made a mistake. I decided to wash and iron it, and I didn't do a good job. So it's all a little bit not perfect. But I think I will be able to fix it later. I believe it's like almost 40% done, maybe 35% done, 36, 37, something like that. I even did back stitching. I just didn't do the beads. Not beads, they're like, I don't know how they're called. Let's call them beads for the Christmas tree. And I also didn't do the French knots. I will do them at the very end. Actually, all of that work was done like in 3 months with my slow stitching. I believe it's a good thing. I really enjoy this project, and I will be back maybe this year, maybe the beginning of next year. We'll see how it goes. Then I believe it was April when I started a Christmas stocking for my young daughter. She loves Christmas and she loves birds, and this snowman is full of birds. It's on 18 count Aida. And this is how much I was able to do. I believe it's like 30% done. And I was stitching it for just a couple months. I didn't do much. But we have like 3 birds already. 1, 2, 3 birds and half of another bird. And we almost can see the full face of snowman. It's wonderful. I love it. I used the marker to grid the Aida that was not designed for gridding the Aida. It's very good for sewing when you mark on a regular fabric, but it's not very good for the Aida. But I'm still okay with that. Next, it was Mill Hill, and it's called Log Cabin Quilt, and it was my Patriotic Month project. I started it on Memorial Day, and I was supposed to complete it by 4th of July, but I didn't build it because last year my June was full of events. My daughter finished, she graduated as high school. I had to take her for orientation in her university. Then a couple weeks later we had to move her in, and then it was like she wanted to come back home, and then we were taking her back home. She doesn't have a car yet, but she will eventually. So that's a lot of stuff we did. So I was not able to stitch much. But I believe I will be done with that soon, this June for sure, because majority is all done. Actually, the button is original, the very old ceramic button. It's cute. I loved it. I stitched it right after I was done with the middle. so proud of myself. Next, my oldest. She likes libraries and kids. So obviously this project is for her. It was designed for her. Dementias, Charles Wysocki, and it's cute, right? I've done a lot, and I was thinking I will be done with much more by this time, because I was stitching it almost every day for forever. It's like all the July I was stitching every day, all the August. I didn't stitch much in September because I was sick majority of the month. I had vacation and then I was sick. Because again, I'm working with little kids and they are generous of sharing germs and viruses. And I got all of them in September. But this project is a little bit difficult for me because it's boring. It's like basically lots of big parts of the same color. It's boring to me. I like when colors are changing all the time. It's more interesting to me. But I have a goal to finish it this year. The same as the stocking for my Emily. These are my goals on finishing, the big goals on finishing. Also this year I decided to honor memories of my grandmas. And in November my grandma had a birthday. One of my grandmas had a birthday, and I started this for her because she loved lilies of the valley. She really loved them. So I started this project for her. She also had lots of cats, that's why she got needle minder with the cat. And I believe like half or almost half of the stitches are done. It's going very easy, very fast. That's my first project of this. I don't know, what is that? Manufacturer. And it's original Ada that they had in the kit. It's definitely swaggered. It's very nice to stitch in it. I love the color. It's kind of like oatmeal. I don't know what is that. It's very beautiful color. Also, they have like wool threads, and some people have issues with the threads, and I had it first too, but then I realized you cut shorter than usually. You get as short thread as possible for a comfortable stitching. And also I figured out that like pulling too much your stitches is not really a good thing. So this work is not as tight as the rest of my stitching. And then my other grandma's birthday was in December, and she got this beautiful, I don't know how it's correctly to call them because I found two pronunciations. So one say peonies, another one say peonies or something like that. In Romanian it's bujori. It's bujor. In Russian it's pion. So you pick your favorite pronunciation for yourself, and please don't be mad at me. So it's beautiful. It was supposed to be stitched on 16 count white Ada, and Ada is wonderful, beautiful, but since it's not full coverage, I wanted to try it for the first time in my life, even weave. So I have it on Belfast, and I believe it's antique blue. And I have more information about this in my stitching blog. About this fabric, it's also like a mess because I'm a mess. ADHD and everything you can count in your head. So I believe it's gorgeous. It's they're very, very middle. No pink colors yet, but I'm waiting for pink colors. Then I started this project right after Christmas, like few days after Christmas. It's a snowman with candy cane, Mill Hill, Jim Shore. I got lots of Amazon cards from the parents whose kids I'm teaching. And I chose this design because I have a boy whose name is Kane, and sometimes we call him Candy Cane because he's so sweet. So I'm stitching my Candy Cane over here. And I don't know, honestly, how much of a progress I made. Don't mind these threads, they are going to be gone later. And I believe it's like 50% done. It looks like half of it's done. It's going to be gorgeous, I know for sure. This is Citibank from Mill Hill, Winter Series, Christmas Village. I wanted this bank for a while and I couldn't find it. It was unavailable everywhere, and then I believe 1, 2, 3 Stitch had it. And I grabbed it right away. I don't know why I wanted bank. I didn't want anything else but the bank. Maybe because I need some money. And this was my new year, new start. I made first 3 stitches on the midnight, January 1, 2025. And I plan to finish it by the end of winter. I don't know how many stitches are here. I don't remember. Let's believe something like 400. 300. Maybe 200. I don't know. I forgot. And the needle miter is from AliExpress, guys. It was very cheap and it works well. And this is another January 1st start, and it could not be done any other day for the start because it's temperature stitching. And I guess I'm showing you the wrong picture. But I guess it's I'm showing you Magic Library, but it's supposed to be Magic Potions. But it looks like something similar like that. I just took a screenshot from Etsy. It's one of the Etsy designers. It's Stitch Along project. You can share your progress on their Facebook page. So it's supposed to be cool, but I'm pretty sure I'm showing you the wrong design. But it's okay. Maybe another time I'll find the correct design for you. The correct preview. So this is what I have been done. It's been just 3 days. Here in Florida we don't have much of temperature changing. Basically each day is warm. The worst case scenario, it's average. So I decided to do it a little bit differently. I decided to do one day the warmest temperature and another day the lowest temperature. So for example, today I'm going to do the lowest temperature, and in the morning it was like 47 degrees. It was the coldest today, but right now it's 65, 68, something like that, so it's way above average. So it's warm. And also, since they have like 7 temperature range, and you stitch there's yellow, it's the warm range, green is the average range, and the cold range is blue shades, and you stitch all of them in one single little piece of design. They have 7 temperature ranges. In the middle there is average range, then they have warm range, warmer, and the hottest. Also below average they have cold range, colder, and coldest. And we never will get any colder or coldest, but I wanted to use all the colors, so I decided for the colder range I will do iguana freezing point, or whatever we get below 40 degrees is going to be my coldest temperatures. Also, sometimes we get like heat waves or really, really hot days, and I will use their coldest range colors for temperatures 110 degrees and over, maybe 109 degrees and over, or heat waves days. So I can use all the colors that they suggested to use because I want it to be more colorful. Maybe also I will change the shades sometimes in a while. Maybe I will use my dimensions leftovers. It's going to be like also like yellow shades, but they're going to be a little bit different, and it will make my magic potions more colorful at the end of the year. So let's do it together if you're participating in temperature stitching. These are all of my WIPs. I have some plans this year, but I will share my plans later. I don't like plans because I don't like them. They just make me do something. My plans make me do something, and since stitching is my pleasure time, I want to have pleasure from it. So no plans, no like particular plans. Just sometimes I have like a little plan to finish something, but I'm not going to finish it over if I don't like it. If I don't want to stitch that particular design anymore, I will put it away. Or for example, I also want to start like the lunar year design. It's the year of the snake coming up at the end of the month, and I will pick a design with a snake and I will stitch it. If someone wants to join, please welcome. But I don't have any other plans. That's it. Nothing scheduled, nothing that has to be done no matter what. I just like to go with the flow, and I enjoy this. I can change my plan any single moment, and I feel fine with that. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you liked it, and like the video, especially if you liked it. Bye bye, we'll see you later.